Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Jamesville-DeWitt High School here in DeWitt, New York, on a historic night of basketball. We are pleased to bring you some great Section 3 Class A matchup tonight. I'm Nick Dekaney, joined alongside my broadcast partner, Tyler Aitken. Tyler, what can we expect from tonight's game?
I think we're going to expect a hard-nosed matchup from two teams with a different start to the season. JD 1-4, Fulton 4-1, but the big difference was the difference in how easy their schedules were.
Absolutely, as Kohlberger gets things started there for the Red Rams on the easy dribble drive.
So yeah, as I was saying, JD has played a primarily double-A conference schedule to start the season, so they've played a lot of bigger schools, a lot of better schools. Fulton, on the other hand, they've played Class B, Class C schools, which is the reason for such a different record.
Yeah, and you can believe Jamesville-DeWitt will be very hungry for a win tonight. Need a win over a Class A league opponent, especially. Those really important seeding points when it comes sectional time. Fulton trying to get things going here, and then it's going to get tipped away. Here's Skellinger on the fast break. Gets it to Kohlberger down low, and he's stripped again. And we're back and forth here as Aiden Bates comes up with it and gets it going for the Red Rams.
A little bit of sloppy basketball, lots of turnovers. That's been a problem for JD thus far. Let's see if both teams can clean it up as the game goes on.
And for Fulton, their offensive attack is going to rely on two main players. That's going to be number 2, Sam Cotton, as Kohlberger gets the break, and the Rams are back out on a fast break. Kohlberger looking to slow things down here. There's Bates open in the corner for 3. Finds the bottom of the net. Aiden Bates off to a fast start here, and already a timeout from the Fulton Raiders. What an electric start there for the Red Rams, a 7-0 run, and that's how you like to start the game.
One thing JDTV would like to do today is congratulate the play-by-play broadcaster, Nick Dekaney. He will be studying broadcast and digital journalism at Syracuse University in the fall, and we are very proud. And I'm especially proud as I'm a current freshman broadcast and digital journalism student at Syracuse, and I'm happy to welcome him to the Syracuse program. That's 3 for JDTV, along with Sam Gelfand.
Absolutely. Very honored to be accepted in, and I'm very excited to be able to continue something that I love so much at the next level. So big thank you to you and Sam for showing that on the air. Getting back to this one, what an opening 2 minutes here for the Red Rams. A 7-0 run to get things going. And Aiden Bates already 5 points up on the match tonight. And fast breaks and already a lot of turnovers caused by these Red Rams.
And that's an interesting start because the Rams are typically a team that starts slow. They average 0.6 points per possession in the first quarter, and that rises to 0.84 points per possession later in the game. So they usually start slow and pick it up as things move on.
And Skellinger, again in the passing lanes, coming up with that one. And Kohlberger underneath, tried to get it off the bank, couldn't get it. Bates rebound, back to Skellinger, he goes up with it. Fouled, he'll go to the line for 2. And what a defensive start for these Red Rams. All over Fulton right now. And creating turnovers and fast break opportunities. That's what you want if you are a JD fan.
Not just fast break opportunities, they're getting second chance points. That was a big offensive rebound from Aiden Bates.
Yeah, and Aiden Bates coming in. Already has started, but Anthony Stickle now starting tonight in absence of Daniel Anand. Out with an ankle injury. But these junior Red Rams have really stepped up so far this season. As Fulton struggling to get it past half court, and here comes Sam Cotton down the lane. And one opportunity for Sam Cotton.
And that was a heck of a shot. Good job penetrating and driving straight to the hole for him. He's the second highest scorer for the Red Raiders, 13.8 points per game.
Yeah, and you can tell he's a football player. Got a big frame on him. Definitely got to use to his advantage there as a guard and try and bully some of those smaller defenders down low. Keeler running the offense for the Red Rams. Bates thought about the 3. He'll take it down low. Kick it back out to Stickle. That's no good. Turned over by the Red Rams. Here come Fulton right back. Gavin Doty, their main scorer, as I was getting to earlier, a sophomore averaging 22 points per game. They're going to look to get him open early. Fulton swinging things around here. Finding a hard time, and Sam Cotton will throw up a wild shot. But it'll be called for an offensive foul, and it'll go over to the Red Rams.
And I think what's been an issue for Fulton on offense here is that they're moving the ball with no purpose. They were circulating the ball on the outside, but not penetrating into that zone defense. So they're not sucking in the defense and allowing other players to get open.
Good recovery from Aiden Bates there, and Aiden Bates! What a start to this one tonight. 8 points already and 2 3-pointers in this first quarter for junior Aiden Bates.
And JD is staying aggressive here with the press offense. They want to step on the throats of Fulton and put this game away early.
But Fulton responds right back. That's number 15, Damian Piper. Excuse me. Yes. That's Damian Piper down low with the and one bucket. And a good motivation factor there for the Red Raiders. No good on the free throw, so here comes Stickle back down for JD. JD's leading scorer, Brendan Kohlberger, trying to get things going off the bank, and a tough basket from Brendan Kohlberger.
Brendan Kohlberger, the leading scorer for the Red Rams, he puts up over 16 points per game, and that was impressive because he had a defender right in his face, and he was able to get it up off the glass.
And a nice block there from Kohlberger, but unable to get that second chance opportunity, and the Red Raiders will convert. Point guard Matthew Keeler trying to get the offense going here. Looks like it'll go off his foot, and it'll go over to the Red Raiders. That's a break they were looking for. And you can see JD already pressing pretty far up in that half-court set. Interesting strategy here early by Coach Jeff Ike.
It looks like he wants to play aggressive here. They've got a 1-3-1 zone going. They've got a press going, and it's worked. They are causing travel after travel, turnover after turnover. It's clearly working for the Rams.
Yeah, and this is how JD is going to win the game. Clamping up on the defensive end and not allowing any easy buckets for their opponents. And if they can get good looks at the basket, this is a dangerous team.
They can be streaky on the offensive end, which is why it's so important to get those stops on defense.
And Stickle down low is going to get called for a travel there. Trying to pivot just a little too long. And we'll get a timeout from Coach Ike and the Red Rams. JD up 8 with 3 minutes left in this first quarter, and an electric start, especially for Aiden Bates, the junior guard, already with 8 points on the night and 2 3-pointers early to connect. So that's what you're going to look for the Red Rams. And for Fulton, trying to get it to their playmakers. Haven't seen anything out of Gavin Doty yet tonight. You can definitely expect them to get some plays running towards him to try and feed him the ball and get him going.
Exactly. I want to see them get it inside to some of their big men and then pass it back out, because I think you really need to give Doty space to work, space to operate, because he works best when he drives towards the basket. And if you're clogging up the middle, you're not going to have room to do that. So they need to pass inside, work it out, and create space where the guards aren't all on top of him.
We'll see what Coach Broderick can come up with in that timeout there for the Red Raiders. Tim Cotton back outside. He'll kick it out. Fulton looking, finding nothing on the offensive end, and there's Tanner Emmons.
Oh, my goodness.
And Benjamin Skellinger, out of nowhere, denies that shot by Tanner Emmons. But Fulton, and that's Gavin Doty, able to stick with it and get that second chance opportunity.
And those are his first points of the game. He's going to want to get the ball in his hands a lot more. He didn't touch the ball in that possession until he scored. So when he gets the ball, he's dangerous. But if they don't give him the ball, there's nothing Fulton can do.
Second chance opportunity there tried by Aiden Bates. He couldn't convert. And Fulton will be called for a travel.
We do not track turnovers during the game. We'll probably have those numbers in time for next game, but I would estimate it's probably over 5 for Fulton already. It's been a very sloppy first quarter.
Yeah, and it's been tough for them to get anything going, and no real clean looks as Kohlberger gets a feed under the basket, and he'll be fouled and go back to the line. So nice way to take advantage of that inbound play there. Let's take another look.
It's a block.
Here's that block from Skellinger coming out of right field. Oh, my goodness, extending over the arm of Tanner Emmons. And that's a great play to get these Red Rams going. Kohlberger no good on the first free throw. He will try to convert on the second.
33, Aiden Trude just came in for the Red Raiders.
Kohlberger goes 1 of 2, and he's up to 5 points on tonight's game early. And here come the Red Raiders trying to get something going and get a clean look at the basket. Haven't seen a nice open shot yet for these Red Raiders. In the corner, that's Emmons. Doty double-teamed. Kicking it back out. Nothing but air there for number 10. That was Trevor Hendrickson. So not the look you're looking for if you're Fulton.
Nothing there for them to do. And this JD defense is very active. It's hard to tell if they're in a 2-1-2, a 1-3-1. There's a billion different defenses they could be playing right now, but you can't tell because they're moving so much. An active defense is very good at forcing turnovers.
Yeah, keeping your defenders on the edge. And Aiden Bates, oh, a heat check there. And here comes Fulton right back. And look at these Red Rams move on the defensive side of the ball. Shot was off by Hendrickson from 3, but Doty on the offensive board will keep things alive for Fulton. He'll take a three-pointer from long range. Did not get the shooter's bounce there. And Keeler right back for JD. Kohlberger pump fake and dribble drive. High off the glass, couldn't quite get it to go. And here comes Doty back out in transition. And he'll be called, I believe, for a reach-in foul.
And that's where that aggressive style of defense starts to hurt, when you're being so aggressive and hitting your hand at the ball so much that you're getting fouls called. So that's probably a sign for the Red Rams to tone it down on defense just a bit.
Sam Cotton looking to get things going for the Red Raiders right now. Would like a bucket headed into this second quarter. And that's Gavin Doty high off the glass. And a tough contest there, but too much is Gavin Doty. Kohlberger surveying. Bates pump fake on the 3. Skellinger drives up, and he'll draw the foul call. Coach Broderick looking a little frustrated there with his players. And a lot of early fouls for the Red Raiders.
And let's just take a look real quick at that beautiful ball movement. What a pass from Aiden Bates over to Ben Schellinger to get a decently open look and draw the foul.
Yeah, and if you watch Red Rams basketball this year, you know that you're going to see a lot of pump fake and dribble drive and try and kick it outside to their open shooters to make more plays for them. That's the heart of their offense, and it's been working so far tonight. Oh, Stickle, what a great offensive board there. And he converts. Red Raiders moving fast, trying to get one last look before the quarter. And way off the mark there is Tanner Emmons. So a good job of staying alert there by the Red Rams to not give Fulton an easy basket before the quarter. Bates with a long quarterback pass. Kohlberger for 3. Oh, off the side of the backboard. But not reflective of that first quarter we saw from the Red Rams. A really nice opening quarter where they got things going offensively and defensively, moved their feet and stayed with the Red Raiders even through those second chance opportunities. Mentioned tonight was a historic matchup, and that's because tonight is basketball's 129th birthday. Started in 1891, that's on December 1st. Of course, you know James Naismith, a former gym teacher, put a couple of peach baskets to the wall and rolled out a soccer ball, and you know the rest is history. The NBA founded in 1946 almost 50 years after basketball was invented, and they're actually the youngest of the 4 major sports by about 16 years. So
Sport sure looked a little bit different back then. We weren't seeing so many three-point shots and dunks, but hopefully we'll see a night of basketball that pays homage to one of the greatest sports of all time.
Yeah, and certainly a great way to get it started for us tonight here. So if you're Coach Broderick here for the Red Raiders, what things are you looking for to try and get back on track in the second quarter and maybe go into halftime with some momentum?
I think you certainly need to limit the turnovers, but that's obvious. I think the bigger thing is just moving the ball with more purpose on offense. I talked about this a little bit more. They need to look for Gavin Doty, their leading scorer. They can't just let him score when he gets the ball. They need to get the ball to him intentionally.
And here's Fulton to open up this second quarter. Swinging things around that three-point line. Can't find anything inside. Still looking, and pesky defense from the Red Rams. Keeler all over that. Kahn still looking, and nothing there. Matthew Keeler seems like he's be guarding the whole team at once. And a great defensive possession from the Red Rams there.
That's exactly what you cannot have if you're Fulton. Gavin Doty, did not touch the ball once in that entire 30-second possession. If he's your leading scorer, you need to get the ball to him. That's exactly what I was talking about in between the quarters.
Bates, Kohlberg at the top of the three-pointer. Looks like we'll get a stoppage of play here. And then inbound will go back to the Red Rams. We saw this earlier. Bates and Kohlberger had a crafty play off the inbound. Couldn't find it there. But Stickle in the corner looking to reset here for the offense. Kohlberger working on Doty. He gets the switch he wants. Drives inside. And he'll draw the foul there. And the back to the line is Kohlberger. You can see here, draws the switch off the pick and roll off from Doty. And he gets the matchup he wants on that's number 33, Aiden Trude. So the height advantage playing in Kohlberger's factor there.
And Kohlberger does such a good job driving with his head down, and although sometimes it results in missed shots, he usually picks up a foul or a layup. He drives hard, and he does not give up on those. Creates contact, and it usually results in success. 16 points a game. That's pretty good.
He connects on 1 of 2 in that trip to the line. And the Red Rams will take a 19-10 lead here with 6:45 left in this first half. And poked out by Skellinger.
Great defense there from Stickle, forcing a pass on a potential drive by Sam Cotton there. And that forced a pass over, and then Ben Schellinger finished the defensive possession.
Hendrickson on the inbound. Stickle was there to contest it, but Cotton gets inside. Pump fake, nice move there, but couldn't connect on the layup. Kohlberger keeps it alive, and wow, what awareness there by the Red Rams to keep this one going. Bounce pass just off the mark. Keeler will find Stickle. Step back three. Little off the mark there, but Carter King, a beast on the boards. And a forced error there, pass. And the Red Rams will look to slow things down.
And that will be a big factor for the Red Rams on offense, is the offensive rebounding of Carter King. He is an animal. I feel like I've heard people compare him to Dennis Rodman. Might seem a little like high praise, but he is so physical inside. He is strong, and he goes up and grabs those boards. That's what he's in to do.
Yeah, he's got that football background, and Kohlberger working out inside. Oh, gets a nice high rising jumper there to go. And Kohlberger up to 8 points tonight.
What a steal.
And Carter King doing as you just said, such a gritty and aggressive player on this basketball court. You could tell he's a football player. He's got that big, stocky build, and he just gets nasty down low. And he gets boards, and he does a great job being pesky on the defensive end and creating for his teammates. I like to think of him as more of a Draymond Green type comparison. Not going to be your leading scorer, but he's going to show up on the stat sheet, and he's going to make an impact on your team.
Exactly. Other players are probably not happy that Carter King is in this game for the Red Rams. He plays scrappy, and it's just hard to box him out. He's a big guy.
So these teams right now on opposite sides of the rankings within Class A, but let's take a look at what they were like last season. For the Red Rams, about 55 points per game they were scoring. A lot of that coming off the three ball. And for the Red Raiders, a nice spring season there, 64 points a game. And again, a lot of that coming off of the three ball. So, but the free throw advantage is where the Red Raiders stand out. But not a lot of free throw opportunities so far tonight for the Red Raiders. Having trouble even getting inside. The Red Rams defense has been so shifty and moving throughout the possession, making it really difficult to get a clean look. So Ian Delph now checked into the game for the Red Rams. Kohlberger down low. That's the advantage again. And that hook, the infamous Kohlberger hook, he gives a little head shake there, saying he's too small for me.
And that's when you start to think about, do we double team? Because that's 3 or 4 straight possessions where JD has gotten the ball into Brendan Kohlberger, and he's just taken his man one-on-one. He's backed them down, and he's taller. He reaches over them and gets a layup. Something has to change on defense. The definition of insanity is trying the same thing over and over again and expecting a different result, and that's what Fulton is doing against Kohlberger right now.
Here's Aiden True looking to get it going. And that's poked away by Kohlberger. Bates on the fast break for JD. And he'll slow it back down. Nice change of pace there, but here comes Keeler down low. Couldn't quite get it off the front iron, but he gets his own board, and Kohlberger connects on his own shot. So the Red Rams staying aggressive on that offensive side of the boards, and it's come up in the stat sheet. A lot of second chance opportunities here tonight.
It's steal after steal, offensive board after offensive board. You know, coaches call that hustle stats. It's who wants it more, and it seems like Jamesville-DeWitt wants it more right now, and that's probably what Coach Broderick is talking to the Red Raiders right now. I actually was coached by Jack Broderick back in middle school on my AAU team, and his biggest thing was hustle. He did not care if you lost the game by 50 points, but if the other team was out hustling you, he would be mad. And you can see him raising his voice a little bit. He's wagging his finger at some of his players. He wants them to hustle more.
And certainly a change of pace here for the Red Rams. Such a tough beginning to this schedule. As we mentioned, a 1-5 start in almost all AA schools, and a lot of them not even from this area. So a nice change of pace here for them to be able to play a league opponent in Class A in the same section and to get a real look at what the competition is going to be like when it comes postseason time.
Exactly. And Coach Broderick for the Red Raiders, you know, before this game showed some respect. He said JD is a measuring stick. JD has set the bar for our league for so many years. They play hard. They've got smart kids who play the right way, and they've had an incredibly tough schedule. So he's acknowledged that JD was going to be a tough opponent. He knew this wasn't going to be a cakewalk for Fulton.
And there's Doty, a nice feed from Cotton to get him going down low.
And where's that been all game? Feeding Gavin Doty, that worked on offense in 5 seconds. That's a quick 2 points. Why not do that more often if you're Fulton?
I think this Red Ram defense has made it such a hard job to really find him down low. So a little miscue there on the Red Rams' part, and a good job of taking advantage. And Kohlberger absolutely mossed his defender but couldn't convert on the layup. And there's that height advantage we've been talking about all night. That's Delpha called for the reach-in foul on Doty. Fulton will retain possession. Number 33, Aiden Trude to inbound for the Raiders. And they'll look to find another clean look like they did last possession. I'd like to get some momentum going into this second half so they have something to work with to play this one out. And another reach-in call there on Delpha again. So a little too aggressive almost on that defensive side.
A little bit, but I feel like the way they've played this game and the score that's on the scoreboard, JD is willing to accept that they're going to have some of those fouls. As long as they're winning, they don't care.
Oh, and a great shot contest from Carter King, but Gavin Doty gets his own board, but cannot fight off the swarm of Red Ram defenders down low. King outside, dishes to Kohlberger. Kohlberger working on his man. He'll take him down low, and that's too easy for Brendan Kohlberger. Such a slasher. When no help defense is brought on number 30 for the Red Rams, you're going to be in trouble.
And as the game has settled in, the Rams have settled into that 2-3 zone defense. But Fulton is not positioning anyone in the high key, meaning they have no spacing.
And Matt Keeler there called for the travel. So a turn of possession back to the Red Raiders. But again, those fast break opportunities coming off of the second chance, or of the hustle plays and getting those boards. In comes number 10, that's Trevor Hendrickson. He'll check out Dylan Diefenbacher. What a name there. And that duo of Cotton and Doty working things as they come up the court. Again, need a clean look at the basket.
And they finally put Doty at the high key, but it doesn't matter because King had a great steal there.
Solana down there. Skellinger wide open for three. He'll pass on that and take the drive opportunity. A smart play there from Ben Skellinger.
And another hustle play. What a steal from Matt Keeler. We'll definitely be taking a look at that one later.
And the Red Rams have just controlled the time of possession because of the turnovers and because of how well they've been able to slow down their offense and get the look that they're looking for. Kohlberger in the high post. He'll put that one up. No good off the backboard. And Carter King, as we mentioned before, always hustling and diving on those 50-50 balls.
Here's that steal from Matt Keeler earlier. He just sees an opportunity where Fulton is being lazy. That's a lazy inbounds pass and results in a nice setup possession for the Red Rams. And
that was another thing Coach Broderick mentioned when asked about the type of players that JD has. He said they have tough and smart kids. That smart part always gets often overlooked, especially when it comes in basketball. But knowing where the play is and where you can beat to make some of those type of plays is something that just isn't measured on the stat sheet.
You're hearing the bench for the Red Rams getting loud, probably getting in the head of these Red Raiders. And you can tell that's the second air ball of the game.
Yeah, and that was number 20, Aiden Baldwin, who was no good on that three-pointer. And you can tell this home court advantage playing in favor right now of the Red Rams. So Carter King will take a trip to the line here, looking to get his first points of tonight's action. As we mentioned before, just such a hustle-type player. In a couple of the games they had this past weekend, you know, he was diving on the floor, falling from super high heights. Almost looked like he had gotten hurt, but he just pops right back up as Doty takes a three-pointer, and he'll find the bottom of the net. And Gavin Doty giving them a much-needed basket there to stop the bleeding.
And that's what Fulton's been waiting for all day. Hopefully they can keep looking to him in the second half if they want a chance of getting back into this game.
Less than a minute left here in that first half. As a charge called on Carter King. You know, sometimes that aggressiveness comes with a cost. But he'll continue to play his way of basketball. .50 seconds left here in the first half. Again, you'd like to think Fulton wants to end things here with the basket. Doty down low. He'll take the high hook. Couldn't connect on that one, and Keeler, a nice, safe rebound there. And they'll look like they may hold this until the end and try and get one last shot up, not give Fulton another opportunity. Letting that shot clock run are the Red Rams. Kohlberger pump fake. He'll take it again. And Brendan Kohlberger connects on the three-pointer. 17 already in this first half for Brendan Kohlberger. And here come the Red Raiders. One last shot attempt to end this half. And Sam Kahn gets all the way down low for one last bucket to end this first half.
And I think something you just said is the epitome of this first half. Brendan Kohlberger, 17 points. The name of the game in the second half for Fulton is stopping Brendan Kohlberger. I don't care if they need to double team him or foul him. They just need to do something to stop him from scoring.
Yeah, the height advantage proving to be too much right now for these Red Raiders. And JD will look to continue to do that in this second half. Thank you again so much for watching JD TV. I'm Nick Dekaney, joined alongside my broadcast partner, Tyler Aitken. We thank Sam Galfin for working on the camera here tonight. And we'll see you in a little bit for the second half of action. All right, welcome back to Jamesville-DeWitt High School here in DeWitt, New York, where we're bringing you the second half of action between two Class A powerhouses, Jamesville-DeWitt Red Rams and the Fulton Red Raiders. In that first half, it was all Brendan Kohlberger for the Red Rams, 17 points, equaling all of Fulton's points as a team within that first half. So they're going to have to look to stop him if they want any chance of coming back in this one.
You might have well have said a matchup between the Fulton Red Raiders and Brendan Kohlberger himself, as he has the same amount of points as they do, which is a wild stat for high school basketball, but it's true. They cannot stop Kohlberger.
And Bates quick off the three-pointer. Aiden Bates, his third three-pointer of the game, and what a start to this second half for JD. You can see they had that play set up and ready to go, and Bates delivered. Cotton swinging things around here for the Red Raiders. Back to Cotton. There's Hendrickson. He can't find anything. And again, we saw a lot of this in the first half. JD staying with their defenders. Good contest there from Aiden Bates. And Diefenbacher off on the three. And here comes Stickle on the reset for JD. Keeler thought about it. Bates, nice crossover there. Tried to get underneath, but Kohlberger right there to clean it up. And Brendan Kohlberger, a tough put-back layup there.
That was an impressive rebound and an even more impressive shot. Just a testament to what Kohlberger brings to this Red Rams squad.
Cotton got tripped up there, but finds Doty right inside that free throw line, and he'll get an easy two.
There's signs of life from this Red Raiders team, but it's just not consistent. Those little passes at the top of the key don't do anything. That pass to Doty provided an actual chance to score, and that's what Fulton needs to do more of.
Kohlberger finds Skellinger down low. Back out to Bates. You best believe Doty's thinking about that three-point threat from Aiden Bates. And Stickle down low. Tough contest there. And a nice job to get that basket. That's Stickle's second bucket tonight. There goes Sam Cotton. Hits the back of the iron, and it's going the other way for JD. Matt Keeler, a nice hesitation move, but Doty was there to deny it. You can see it here. He pauses just for a second, gets his defender to move, comes down low, but Gavin Doty was having none of that. Bates on the inbound. And back out to Keeler. Keeler, no points tonight, but doing a great job facilitating this Red Rams offense and creating baskets for other players. Stick a wide open lane. Oh, and a nice dish to Skellinger, but Bates again for three. Aiden Bates with his fourth three-pointer tonight. He is lighting it up right now on these Red Raiders, and they need a timeout. You got to cool that man off.
And that duo between Brendan Kohlberger inside and Aiden Bates hitting shots from the outside, Fulton can't do anything. If they overcommit to Brendan, well, now Aiden Bates is hitting threes. They adjusted at halftime, and Aiden Bates is making them pay.
Yeah, and Bates 4 for 5 on his three-pointers tonight, so he's making the most out of every opportunity. And something we just really haven't seen from the Red Rams so far, a three-point barrage, and it's all coming from one player.
And it's insane what's happening, because before this game, Jamesville-DeWitt was averaging 43 points a game. We have 5.5 minutes left in the third quarter, and Jamesville-DeWitt is just 1 point shy of that mark.
A true testament to this offensive performance here tonight. But the Red Raiders have got to find consistent signs of life, as you were saying earlier, to try and fight back in this one and claw their way back. Otherwise, it's going to be a long second half for them.
And it's unfortunate for the Raiders because they did adjust at halftime. They are defending Kohlberger a lot stronger, but Aiden Bates is just too much for the rest of the defense to handle.
So here comes Sam Cotton and these Fulton Red Raiders trying to find life. swinging things around. Pesky defense again. I've said it time and time again. Matthew Keeler and Kohlberger open on the fast break, and he'll convert. And turnovers into fast breaks, into transition buckets has been the story tonight for these Red Rams.
I'm worried I'm repeating myself too much, but it's because the same thing is happening over and over again. Kohlberger's getting open layups.
And again, nothing but air there for Trevor Hendrickson and the crowd letting him know it. And the pass just off the mark there from to Skellinger, and Coach Ike will take a timeout.
And while we're here, let's take a look at the defense here from the Red Rams. So they trapped really well in the corner there, and then they're trapping well up here. They're just so fast. They're able to get in multiple spots at multiple times, and they're just out hustling Fulton. If they can get over to the corner and stop that look, get over to the top of the key, create a steal, there's just nothing the Red Raiders can do.
Yeah, and this really has been the first complete performance I've seen out of these Red Rams this season, and giving me a lot of hope for what they can achieve later on. Their first real matchup with a Class A league opponent, just showing signs of good things to come for the Red Rams. And I guess playing all those really skilled AA teams has somewhat paid off here tonight, but still got to close this one out. The game is never over. That was Emmons just off the mark on the three-pointer, and Stickle coming back down the other way. And you got to believe that defense is worried a whole lot about that Aiden Bates three-pointer. Oh, Kohlberger there has the height advantage. He'll take advantage. Got his own miss. Lost it for a second, but Skellinger with a nice move. Ben Skellinger. Again, it's those second chance opportunities that have provided the attack tonight for JD.
And JD is taking their time on offense. They slow down. They're running some set plays that they don't usually do, going deep in their playbook because they can afford to. They can try to experiment when they're up by 25 points.
And a nice hustle board there from Aiden Bates. And Bates really surprising, I think, a lot of people this season. Here he is again. Oh, thought about that three-pointer. Oh, thought about it again. But just off the mark there, that pass to Kohlberger. As I was saying, Aiden Bates doing a great job filling the role of some of those players missed from that spring season. He's been really good on the defensive end, and obviously tonight having one of his best offensive performances.
Only averages 5 a game. He has 14 today. So a career night for Bates, and he's probably going to get many more minutes with Coach Ike, despite Danny Anand potentially coming back soon.
And not to mention on a very good shooting percentage as well. Not like he's taking a ton of shots. So a true career night here for Aiden Bates.
And here's that classic flex offense that Coach Ike loves to run.
Keeler at the top, back out to Stickle. Looking again, Skellinger. And back out to Stickle. So much of this offense comes off the dribble drive. Stickle, a nice stop-and-go move there. But he was just off the mark. Here comes Gavin Doty. Back up to Cotton, and he'll get him for a travel. Hard to even tell from up here, but the official quick on it. And that's going the other way. So the Red Rams here with 2:30 left in this third quarter can really just take their time with their offense and not have to rush anything to get a bucket. Oh, and Kohlberger called for the travel there. Would have had another basket, but just moving his feet a little too much there. Diefenbacher back to Cotton. And again,
such a great rotation on this 2-3 defense by Jamesville-DeWitt. Coach Boeheim would be proud. This is a classic 2-3 defense with a high man, high guard, and they're rotating really well. It's impressive.
Here comes a familiar name to you, Tyler. Brother Josh Aitken checking in for the first time tonight for these Red Rams, and he'll look to make an immediate impact. And he certainly does make an impact. Getting a foul on that three-pointer will send Diefenbacher to the line. One thing we've talked about so much with this Red Ram team is the size of the team and how many players they have. Normally on a varsity team, you're going to find about, maybe 13 to 16 range. Does that sound about normal to you, Tyler?
That sounds about right to me.
Yeah, and the Red Rams, shockingly this season, 19 players on the varsity basketball team. Certainly a record high since I've been at the school. And definitely one of the longest benches you'll see in Section 3.
Yeah, depth will not be an issue for the Red Rams this year.
Here comes Stickle. Kick it to Aitken. Carter King back in the game here for JD. And again, JD just taking their time on offense, wasting every precious second they can. Aitken had a nice look there, but just a little off the mark. And Diefenbacher open for three. He'll take it and connects. That's Dylan Diefenbacher on a rare three-pointer. We haven't seen many of those tonight from the Red Raiders.
Just a little bit of life showing from them. Only 7 points scored in this third quarter by the Red Raiders. But that was a nice three, and maybe they can keep feeding the outside look because they certainly haven't been able to do anything in the paint.
And Kohlberger working on his man with the mismatch. And one for Brendan Kohlberger. And he is just too quick. You can see, gets a swish onto Cody Lawton, hits him with a nice crossover move and takes it to him. Brendan Kohlberger up to 23 points tonight here, trying to make it 24. Unsuccessful there. And it'll go back to the Red Raiders. And almost all of those points, I believe actually all of them, coming off of two-pointers, so just abusing the inside, and Fulton simply doesn't have the height. Cotton for three, he'll take that. Won't go there. You can hear Coach Ike from up here screaming slow.
Absolutely no reason for this Red Rams offense to be in a rush.
When they take their time, they get a good look at Keeler from deep. Oh, maybe a heat check there from Matt Keeler. And a great job there from Carter King in transition. Finds Keeler open. And Carter King creating transition points for the Red Rams. He is everywhere tonight. Fulton going to get one last shot off here. And a charge called on Sam Cotton. So back to the Red Rams for one last attempt. And it'll be Kohlberger. Gets a three-pointer off. Oh, just off the back iron. But what a quarter and what a start to this second half for the Red Rams.
Great defensively. They held Fulton to just 7 points, 3 of which came on a three in the last minute, garbage time, if you will. And JD is doing everything right. They're forcing a lot of turnovers. They're forcing mistakes. They're playing aggressive on both sides of the ball. I have no notes. I have nothing to improve for the Red Rams today.
I'm sure if you ask Coach Ike, he'll give you otherwise and give you a list of things to improve on. But as of tonight, certainly the strongest showing we've seen from JD this season.
And it'll definitely provide some momentum. I think any team that starts 1-4 will be a little down. They won't have much motivation, but with a absolutely brutal win like this, they'll be a little bit more motivated to work harder and get some better games going in the future.
Yeah, and in such a long season that is the high school basketball season. So important to keep your morale up as the season goes on. If you get down as a team, that can be detrimental to you, and you can continue to lose games that you know you can win. But a game like this really gets the Red Rams back on track, and a long list now of more Class A and more sectional type opponents they'll be facing. So things looking up for the Red Rams right now. Starting off here in the fourth quarter is Fulton again. Three-pointers up and connect. That's number 11, Tanner Emmons, his first three-pointer tonight.
And we've seen some decent three-point shooting from Fulton here. I think that seems to be the direction they need to go to just have a better fourth quarter, because JD has trapped so much inside that there's not been an open look at the rim at all.
And then Brendan Kohlberg abusing the inside. And Anthony Stickle, what a hustle board there. We've seen it all night, but again, Brendan Kohlberger, nice spin move there to create some space between him and his defender. And the height, simply too much. As Coach Ike will take a timeout here early in this fourth quarter. And still 7 minutes and 16 seconds left to play in this one, but the Red Rams up 23. They'll look to do much of the same here. I think we can expect maybe some of those more rotational players to make an appearance in this quarter.
Exactly. When you're up by 23 points and you've got 14 guys sitting on your bench at all times, I think we're definitely going to see some different guys get minutes and hopefully get some good looks. You know, this is a chance with 7 minutes left. It's not like there's 1 minute, 30 seconds to just chuck the ball up. This is time for guys that wouldn't usually get a chance to shine to come in, set up the offense, and make those plays that hopefully will impress Coach Ike.
So off of that timeout there, the Red Rams will set up shop off the inbound pass. Here's Aiden Bates, their main inbound guy. It'll be tipped out of bounds back to Red Rams. And again, finding Kohlberger off the inbound. Back out to Bates. Oh, in and out for Aiden Bates. And you knew he wanted to take that one. And a nice give and go by the Red Raiders, but Cotton unable to finish over that tough two defenders. Fulton once again slowing things down here. They'll find Doty underneath, and he'll get the easy two. You know, Gavin Doty, only a sophomore this season, so much potential for him in this Fulton program to continue to grow and develop as a player. You can obviously see if he'll continue to grow and especially put some size on as well. He's going to be a scary type player for the next years to come. As Stickle in the corner connects on the tray ball.
Going back to what you were saying about Doty, we've been talking about him tonight. They're not getting the ball to him as much. It's a quote-unquote off night for Doty. He still has 13 points. That's a respectable total for a sophomore. And although he's averaging 22, it's not like he's doing nothing on offense. So even on an off night, providing that many points shows how important he is to this Fulton team.
Yeah, and really this Fulton team, carried mostly by juniors and sophomores. Only 3 seniors on this sheet I'm looking at, and 2 of those being starters, but I'm sure Coach Broderick, very excited about the future that Fulton has and trying to make the most out of this season. Obviously, tough. It could end up being, more of a tougher loss tonight if things continue to play out the way they have been playing. But they've put up some really respectable games so far, obviously 4-1. So season far from over, and just time to evaluate and see what things you can improve upon.
And this is a very young team, as is clear. A sophomore is their best player. They lost 2 great seniors, the head coach's son, Jack Broderick. They lost another big center, Marcus Shepard. He's off playing at Cazenovia College. So it's definitely a rebuilding year for Fulton. But to have a great start to the year, 4-1, I think it'll give them a little bit more confidence going into their conference schedule.
Yeah, and that only loss actually coming off an overtime bout against Auburn. Well, they lost on a few free throws to end the game. So this is a young and scrappy Fulton team that's going to continue to get better, but they have some really resilient players that are dedicated to this program, as Coach Broderick said previously this week. Koberger unable to get the one-handed catch there, as Doty underneath, spinning, he won't find anything either. It's a conundrum underneath the basket right now. Things will go back to the Red Rams. With just over 5 minutes left to play in this one. Fulton now in a full court press, it seems. But no problem there getting things up court. And we talk so much about the communication from Coach Ike. You can hear so much of it discussed even from up here where we're sitting, always talking to his players about where to go and where to rotate, in a very vocal coach.
And it runs in the program. If you were in the stadium, you would hear JV coach Janice Becker standing up and yelling at some players too. So JD coaching definitely loud, but it's providing a good product, as you can see right now.
And Skellinger got a piece of that three-pointer, but Doty still fighting despite the scoreboard. That's what you like to see out of the sophomore. Oh, and a nice feed down low to Kohlberger off the give and go from Skellinger. And Skellinger putting together a nice night for himself as well. 7 points, a couple of assists, and a ton of turnovers. Excuse me, a ton of forced turnovers.
The defense has been great. JD usually allows 52 points per game. Tonight, just 31. Clearly, their motion on zone, their hustle, has provided an extra level, an extra gear for this Red Rams team to go into. As you see with a great block there from Stickle.
That's the second three-pointer in a row that's been blocked by these Red Rams. They are just everywhere and covering all corners of this floor. Back down low to Kohlberger, and he'll go to work. Kick out. Open three for Stickle. And that's his spot right there in the left corner. Unable to connect, though. And we'll go back up to Kohlberger. And a jump rope there for it. And going back the other way. There's Kahn. Ooh, just rolled it off the inside of the rim. He's shaking his head on there. That's a tough break for him. Keeler, a nice hesitation, and Skellinger will take the rare three. And maybe not his place there. But it's going to be up to these senior athletes for the Red Rams to step up if they want to go far in this postseason. They're going to have to step up as leaders, not only as leaders, but as players as well, and I think we're seeing that a lot tonight.
And we're seeing two of those leaders come in right now, the hustler Carter King and Josh Aitken, who stood in the captain's circle before the game today.
And not to mention doing all of this without one of their top players, Daniel Anand. So you can expect a lot of things, a lot of good things to come. Caught him in the air there. Again, unable to connect off that three-pointer.
That's number 2, Oscar Blair, checking into the game for the Rams.
And we've got to give credit to these Fulton players, still fighting with that same passion they were in those earlier quarters. Despite the scoreboard, that's all you can ask for as a coach. And a blocking foul there called on King. And it will stay with the Red Raiders. You think they took some inspiration from us with the Red Raiders? They couldn't have just been the normal Raiders?
Perhaps.
Oh, and Carter King frustrated with that call.
And not for no reason. Let's take another look at this. He's a physical player, but he just absolutely grabbed that ball, maybe got a little head there. But he will always hustle. You can never say Carter King does not hustle. Though it sometimes results in fouls like that. That's 2 on the same possession.
And even with these role players, that Red Rams offense moving together as a unit. That's the three-pointer off the mark there from Alex Crisafulli. It's the first action we've seen from him tonight. With just about 2 minutes left remaining in this one, JD still up comfortably with a 24-point lead. So we'll continue to get things going with their role players and see what they can create on offense. And with a team this large, these minutes are going to be so important for these younger players who maybe otherwise wouldn't see a lot of time on the court.
Nice pass there from Aitken. And a nice shot from Carter King, but they're going to call that a travel.
Yeah, we're going to have to take another look at that because that was tough to see from up here. Oh, and maybe didn't pick up that, maybe picked up that pivot foot, but you know, the ref cannot always be right.
And good ball movement coming late in this game from the guys that haven't played most of this game, so an encouraging sign for the Rams.
Tough defense there, and Blair will take control. Here's Jake Ogata. That's the first we've seen of him tonight as well. Oh, and Aitken hit the deck down low, but Blair for 3. Just off the mark, and you can hear the whole gym.
Heck of an offensive board from King there. But, yeah, the gym got loud.
Yeah, they certainly wanted him to connect on that one. And that's one of the really the most fun parts about being a fan, especially at this high school level. Some of your friends you know who don't see a lot of time on the court finally getting the chance, and when they do score, it's such a great feeling. And here's Ian Delpha for 3. And just off the mark. So about 30 seconds left in this one. And JD looking to improve to 2-5 on the season with a league win and a win within Class A in their section. Fulton will drop to 4-2. And obviously still a lot of things going well for them. So it's just a matter of getting back on track, using this game to learn from what the things that you did wrong and to try and take advantage as you go to future opponents. They will rematch. We will see this matchup again towards the end of the season. They will play at Fulton. So you best believe that these Red Raiders will want revenge then. Fulton swinging things around here. The three-pointer in and out. And as the Red Rams come up the court, they will dribble this one out. A complete game from JD and a dominant game by these Red Rams. 55-31, your final. And a lot of it coming off the back of Brendan Kohlberger. 25 points in this one for the Red Rams. Abusing it down low, and the Fulton Red Raiders had no answer.
It was a nearly perfect showing for the Red Rams. Kohlberger looked great. Junior Aiden Bates with plenty of threes to add. Great defense. Lots of hustle. It's a great building block win for these Red Rams.
And they will carry this into the season as they get to more of their Class A schedule. Again, we thank you so much for tuning into JD TV. Once again, I'm your broadcast play-by-play, Nick Dekaney, joined alongside Tyler Aitken and Sam Galfin on the camera. We'll be back here soon on Thursday for more basketball action. Make sure to tune in then as well. And for then, we'll see you guys on Thursday. Have a good night.